If you're looking for a packed reaction scene, Gordon Ramsay show is the all-time stop. Yes, of course, Ramsay's the best. Ramsay's the worst. He can be anything to anyone at any time. Well, this is why I called him a multi-packed emotions guy. And to be honest, the guy has got dark sarcasm. Yeah, so dark. Also, the way he has offended his participants have either got them to a good level or either nowhere. Y'all can see the power of Gordon Ramsay, guys. Never underestimate that guy. Whatever he does, he's the best at the end of the day. From visiting different failed restaurants and trying to help identify the problem and reverse the situation, the chef's experience and the journey have come a long way. However, due to annoying, arrogant bosses, hapless chefs, and destructive employees, potential problems often lead to explosive confrontations between the chef and others there, but between all of them, there are more memorable moments, fun, and a day to remember. Welcome back to our channel Most Funny Top 10. The topic that we'll be discussing today is the top 10 most funny moments with the one and only Gordon Ramsay. But before we start, subscribe to our channel and don't miss any updates. 10. Bazzini, Season 2, Episode 3. At Bazzini Cafe, head chef Paul Bazzini literally transformed himself from a mighty lovable chef to restaurant owner for a simple reason. I mean, who really want to take a chance when Gordon Ramsay is present? His wife claimed that the stress caused harm to her husband, and the episode of Kitchen Nightmare definitely shows a chef at the end of the rope lashing out at the waiter, staff, and even customers. His wife was then funding the company, and Paul loses his temper online. Paul was very frustrated over the event. On the other hand, Gordon Ramsay stopped for lunch at the same restaurant when the chef came in to prepare dinner. Ramsay asked him to choose his favorite food. The chef's favorite food was nothing but chicken. However, it was a bad day for the chef as he found that the chicken he's cooking for Ramsay was dry and hard, the risotto was rotten, and the pasta was cold and bland. Everything was a mess. Ramsay lost his calm and expectation from the chef. The disappointment in his face was completely entertaining and dreadful. However, the only thing he likes is the carrot cake made by the smiling pastry chef Shallon. Of course, Chef Shallon seems to have a connection with Chef Gordon as she likes Ramsay and flirts with him throughout the episode. But after the sous chef left during the service period, Shallon got rid of her sexy and funny side and became a real team player. What a change, whoa! 9. Fiesta Sunrise, Season 2, Episode 9. Perhaps it's not surprising that some of the most explosive kitchen nightmares are concentrated in family-run restaurants, and Fiesta Sunrise is no exception. Here, Vic Flores runs a restaurant funded by his wife Yolanda and stepdaughter Patty. The mother and daughter start from the first moments of the episode. From the beginning, they did not shy away from expressing their pain in this situation. A closed restaurant is already under his leadership, and Vic's management still has many shortcomings. The cheesy decor and overly rich free margaritas did not distract Gordon Ramsay from the bad food. Cocktails are the only thing Ramsay likes. Not a good sign for the owner, as Ramsay joked that maybe the only way to enjoy food is to get drunk. Seems like Chef Gordon was already high on sarcasm. Meanwhile, watching Vic try to explain his choice to Gordon is fun for everyone, but at least not for Yolanda and Patty. Number 8. The Hot Potato Cafe, Season 3, Episode 1. Gordon Ramsay is good at spotting the hypocrisy of some restaurant decisions, and it's very interesting to watch him try to understand the clumsy way of serving him frozen potatoes at the Hot Potato Cafe that led to the family run. Ramsay's experience at this restaurant was bland, yet so funny. Once Ramsay revised the menu and saw the young chef Danielle, the owner's niece, step forward and impress the Michelin-starred chef, even though at first she told the camera that she had no interest in professional cooking, which was well enjoyable. 7. Jackson Waterfront, Season 2, Episode 7. Jack's Waterfront episode, Kitchen Nightmare, has all the components that fans of the show really like. To no surprise, Gordon Ramsay showed no mercy when the food in the restaurants he patronized was terrible. He, as usual, had some real criticizing words, but whatever he said, the man got back his calm and became creative indeed. I mean, what's more interesting than watching Gordon Ramsay getting back to his game? At Jack's Waterfront, the food is terrible. After doing a lot of word games on the similarity between artificial crabs and garbage, Ramsay called the omelet something like rubber and adding on to the same, threw a very nasty comment on the chef, explaining how the fried fish and chips taste like a breadcrumb and condom in his mouth. Ramsay went crazily sarcastic that day. 6. Mangia, Season 7, Episode 6. There are many grumpy people in Kitchen Nightmare, including Gordon Ramsay, but Mangia's 22-year-old chef Trevor is much worse than most and actually much more toxic. If you ask Ramsay to comment on Mangia, the only sentence that'll come out of his mouth is, "The guy is a 10% bastard." Trevor knew on the surface that he could not be fired, and he had an arrogant attitude to prove it. He He scored 5 out of 10 on his food without apology, and he walked out of the kitchen and smoked whenever he wanted. To no surprise, watching Ramsay cut this arrogant chef to size is very satisfying. 5. Casa Roma, Season 3, Episode 7. Sometimes Gordon Ramsay's reaction to food seems to be overly nervous in a kitchen nightmare, but when the food really makes him unwell, it's hard to argue with him. Lancaster is the oldest restaurant in California, Casa Roma, run by a team of mothers and children with no restaurant experience. The company sometimes earn only $9 a night, and it's not hard to see why. Cleanliness is a major issue. The restaurant is dirty, and Chef Eric's food is not only slow to serve. From evil mushrooms to raw pizza, when Ramsay stepped deep into the store and discovered that clumps of Parma ham and 3-month-old ribs caused the chef to vomit in the trash can, the situation only got worse. 4. Blackberries, Season 5, Episode 1. Blackberries are a Seoul gourmet restaurant, operated with an iron fist by the boss chef Shirley. According to assistant chef Martin, Shirley is the throat of her employees in the kitchen nightmare. The owner and executive chef are too hands-on to authorize, and according to Gordon Ramsay, denies all problems with the restaurant. The only thing the chef likes, Shirley's mother Mary's dessert. Ramsay asked Shirley's staff to tell her the truth about what was wrong, but her mood escalated and she even tried to get the staff member to go home and oppose her. Even Shirley's mother Mary said she was too stubborn and needs to learn to listen. Although most of the kitchen nightmare episodes ended well, Shirley's attitude did not improve at the end of the episode. She still claimed to plant a dead mouse that Ramsay found. 3. Candle Bar, Season 1, Episode 13. When the owner and former construction worker Billy and his wife took it away more than a year before the filming of this kitchen nightmare series, the handle was very dilapidated and the situation did not get better. The owner is frustrated, non-interfering, and moody. Chef Melissa admitted in the first few minutes of the show that she didn't want to be a chef. Gordon Ramsay turned the handlebar into a gastropub. He first had to explain the concept to the staff and started the bar's first annual motorcycle rally with special guest Dee Snider. However, Melissa still called a bit in the end. She cooked the salmon and then ate the substitute raw, but in the end, it seemed that she was a bit delegated, which was not bad. 2. Sebastian's, Season 1, Episode 6. The Sebastian restaurant in Los Angeles is composed of actors including the chef-owner of the same name and performs performances, but this is not what Gordon Ramsay was worried about in Kitchen Nightmare. Instead, he focused on Sebastian's carefully crafted mix-and-match gourmet flavor combo menus, which were so complicated that the server could not even explain the concept on camera. Add in a grumpy boss and a boss who doesn't want to run a restaurant but just wants to hang out with his friends, and you have the secret of Ramsay's explosive conversation. In this episode, ditzy server Sanja provides some relaxing moments, but most importantly, Sebastian's stubborn resistance to change is interesting. 1. Black Pearl, Season 1, Episode 16. In New York, two friends and co-owners of a nearby lobster hut tried to expand with a third partner to a full seafood restaurant in the city center, but things didn't go as planned. Well, the Black Pearl began to lose money, the owners stopped talking to each other, and when Gordon Ramsay arrived, the situation got worse. The employees at the Black Pearl are the only ones who can accomplish anything. It was very clear that the food was horrific, although it was not Chef Phil's fault because he was not permitted to change anything. Now you can add Ramsay to the mixture and this lobster pot will definitely boil. This was all about it. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe to the channel Most Funny Top 10. Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section.